Well, the first thing you need to do when you're going to hit the golf balls, you got to get a hold of this handle. You don't want to squeeze this handle like you're trying to kill somebody. You want to get your hands on it to where you can manipulate this club face and keep it square at the time you impact the ball. Ben Hogan started out, we might as well use his grip, and the way he did it, it worked for him and it works for a lot of tour pros, and there's a lot of reasons that he did it this way, and we will explain that later to get us in the right position at impact. So basically, take the club in front of you with the toe straight up, with this leading edge square to that target line. You'll notice that the shaft is also going to be perpendicular to that target line. And that's the first part of what I call in a 4-square setup. So that's my first square. I worry about that being square to the target line. The next square is to get the left hand onto the club properly. It's easy if you just hold it up with your right hand like this and bring your left hand in with the back of your hand square to that same target line, right in here. Not in the palm of your hand, but down here in the root of your fingers. And they just gently wrap around to hold on to the club, and your hand folds over nice and easy to keep the back of your hand square to that target line. And I know if that's going to be square at the time I impact the ball. If I'm this way, I'll know it's open. If it's that way, I'll know it's closed. So I've got two good reasons to get my club face square when I impact the ball. I want my right hand also square. That's the third square in my 4-square setup. And that just comes in from the side. You can see from here. And these middle fingers wrap around the shaft nice and gently. I don't squeeze it like I'm trying to kill it. And I overlap my finger like that because that's comfortable for me. That's what I've done over the years. You can interlock your fingers if you like, or you can use a baseball grip, whichever feels comfortable for you, because this is about a comfortable golf swing, not something where you're stressing yourself and making it almost impossible for you to have a nice, smooth, easy swing. So that right hand, right in here, we want this square, along with the square club face and the square on my back of my left hand. Now I got 3 squares. The 4th square came from Hogan's setup, and that's the right foot. His right foot was square to this target line. So you got square club face, square left hand, a square right hand, and a square back foot. And you just bend straight down nice and comfortable. And you've got Hogan's setup. You got Hogan's hold on the handle. I avoid using that G word so you don't squeeze the handle. If I were to say on a scale of 1 to 10 where I squeeze this as hard as I can, as being a 10, I don't want this any stronger than about a 3. If you had a tube of toothpaste in your hand with the cap off, you wouldn't want to squeeze that very hard, or you'd be having toothpaste all over the place. So you really don't want to squeeze this handle hard at all. And you need soft muscles to make a nice smooth swing. You're not going to get a smooth swing with tense muscles. If you've ever watched sprinters running a 100-yard dash, before they get going, what are they doing? They're loosening their muscles because they want loose muscles. Jack Nicklaus always said, loosey-goosey. We've got to be nice and smooth. A nice, smooth, timed swing is what's going to create the centrifugal force to hit the ball far, straight, and true. So I got a square back here, square there, square here, square there. I'm right at my target. I'm going to hit a nice square shot. I just roll the club back and drop it on the back. Drop the back of my hand right on the ball. It's going to go nice and straight. Not a difficult thing to do at all. But it's a dropping sensation from here, not a pushing or a hitting sensation. What happens if you do that, if you get your hand back here and you push, it's going to hit the ground first. You're not going to hit the ball. Really going to square the club face up and let this happen toward the target.